I knew something was off when my neighbor's lawn gnomes started appearing in my yard overnight. At first, I thought it was just a prank, but then things got weirder. I'd wake up to find garden tools rearranged into creepy patterns. One morning, a wheelbarrow was perched on my doorstep like some kind of offering. I decided to confront my neighbor, Mr. Granger. When I stopped by, he was unusually pleasant. "Those lawn gnomes have a mind of their own," he chuckled nervously. I laughed it off, but his eyes flickered to my yard. That night, I set up a camera, hoping to catch the prankster in action. The footage revealed Mr. Granger moving things around with an eerie precision at 2 a.m. I was ready to call him out, but when I showed him the video, his reaction was unexpected. "It's not me," he whispered, hands shaking. "It's Clara. She talks to me." Apparently, Clara was his late wife, and he'd been sleepwalking since she passed. He was convinced it was her spirit guiding him. It sounded bizarre, but the sincerity in his eyes chilled me to the bone. I felt bad for the guy, but I needed it to stop. We tried everything, locked gates, alarms, even nightlights. Yet the strange rearrangements continued. Then my cousin suggested I take one of the gnomes inside. That night, the disturbances ceased completely. I returned the gnome the next morning, only to find a note attached. "She thanks you." Now, I'm stuck wondering if it really was more than just a sleep disorder. Am I wrong for being creeped out and wanting to move, or is there something else happening here?